Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites. Welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure. And this is my perspective. So this is not a video, but I just want you to read this caption. California State Senate passed a bill providing illegal immigrants up to $150,000 in state-supported home loans. It says the California State Senate passed a controversial bill Tuesday that would allow migrants in the country illegally to secure first-time home buying loans. If Assembly Bill 1840 becomes law, migrants could participate in a lottery system that would provide them up to 20% in down payment assistance or closing costs of up to $150,000. With immigration such a contentious topic this election year, there's concern that passing the bill might make Democrats appear lenient on immigration. This has led to speculation that Governor Gavin Newsom, a strong party loyalist, may ultimately veto the bill. And y'all Negroes think y'all gonna get reparations? Right? No, y'all think y'all are getting reparations at some point. I keep telling y'all, y'all ain't gonna get no reparations. It don't have nothing to do with right, wrong, what you owe, what's supposed to be going on. It has nothing to do with that. This country, no matter who's in any office, no matter what party, Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. This country, this government of the United States of America is not parting with anything to American blacks, whether you want to say they FBA or whether you want to say they ADOS or whatever. This government is not helping you. Okay? Black people have the hardest time going into any bank. I don't care what your financial situation look like, what your credit situation look like, what none of it looks like. Black people have the most difficult time going into a bank getting a home loan that isn't steeped in some of the highest interest rates, predatory interest rates on those loans. You working, saving up, making sure that your financial situation is in order, that your credit score is proper, that you have enough cash money to make a decent down payment on a home or none of that matters. Okay? These people are proven every single day while y'all are up here arguing whether or not Kamala Harris is black and for the people, which I find to be one of the most ignorant arguments ever. Y'all are up here trying to, you know what I'm saying, she was supposed to be the border czar, whatever that means. And then talking about make the Democrats appear lenient on immigration. Appear? They've been letting them in. And we're talking about undocumented, i.e. illegal. The people who just walked across the border and just started taking up residence. Okay? And y'all want to be mad. I've even read comments where black people try to play ignorant about illegal immigrants taking residences, taking jobs that black people could be having. You want to get upset for no reason. Trump said black jobs, like as if you don't know what he's talking about. The point is that they're here taking anything, that they're here in this country receiving anything above and before you as an American citizen that pay your taxes receive anything. Even the other immigrants who arrived in this country legally should be upset about this. Not only just natural born American citizens, but the immigrants that had to go through immigration, had to get the visa, had to wait for years to get a green card, and to get for all of that rigmarole that they had to go through. They actually ought to be upset. Now, how dare you make me go through that process, and then if I could have just walked across the border? You mean to tell me I could have just came here and didn't have to go through none of that? And I would have got $13,000 in food stamps and $150,000 in state supported home loans to close out buying a home. Why do they need to buy a home? Why would an illegal immigrant need to be able to take up space and buy homes that natural born American citizens, black or otherwise, are unable to receive? And then you wonder why people are talking about closing the border. And then people want to be, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, them people need to go back where they came from. And you can argue with your mama. Them people can go back where they came from. This ain't about racism or being callous. But as Americans, we cannot walk into anybody's country and do anything and just start taking up residence and taking up jobs and and expect that government to not only turn a blind eye, but to actually help us in our illegal alien state. You can't even temporarily visit a country without a passport at minimum. Okay, but you can come to America with no paperwork and then be supported by the state and the federal government. And that sounds right to y'all. While the average American citizen that work and pay taxes into a system that don't serve them, gotta watch their tax dollars be anteed up to provide to people who have not put into this country. And you know what I'm saying? These people are coming here working, they don't get taxed. Because most of them is working under the table. Or having papers forged and, you know what I'm saying, false documents drawn up so that they can get other jobs. I seen some people in one comment section, some black people too, talking about, oh, they ain't coming to take jobs because you have to have documentation to get, you know what I'm saying, jobs. You would think you had needed documentation to get into the country, but you don't. So what make you think that these companies will not hire over and above you some people that they don't have to have documentation of, get to pay them so much less or whatever, or work them longer hours? What make you think these companies won't do that? These are the same companies that's using slave labor from the prisons, and they're not going to use illegal immigrant labor over you? Y'all better start waking up and figuring out what's going on. Because what's really happening is, whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, black people have been the lower working and poverty class in America. And these illegal immigrants are being used to replace us as a population, even in that capacity. And without the ability for us to move above that status, for a myriad of reasons that I'm not going to get into, will be edged out. This is why there were so many predictions about the average Black American not having any net worth, or being financially extinct. Physically, we'll be here, but in terms of mobility and the society, will be persona non grata. Will be extinct. Will be inconsequential. Inconsequential. And part of this is our fault. Part of this is our fault because we have failed to understand value systems. We fail to understand how this system actually works. We fail to understand biology, culture, and environment. We fail to understand the concept of bioculturons, or what others call legal, ethical, and moral. We fail to understand how that system actually works against us and how it works outside of us in the first, whether we were here or not. And so that failure, the failure to understand that, and thus the failure for us to actually be a community with similar values that we can fight for and that we can take a stance on, that has worked to end us. We'll be ended here. We'll be ended here. We're talking about our extinction in terms of mobility. And it's sad to see because we have so much potential that as a collective group we squandered. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.